estate market is ever changing. The Suncoast continues to be one of the top places to move in the country, yet the Fed continues to raise interest rates, making mortgages more expensive. So is it still a seller's market, or are buyers starting to have more leverage? Well, here to help us understand is Principal Agent Alexis Smith-Frady from the Luxury Coastal Living Group at Compass. Great to see you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
It's never ending, changing, you know, up, down, all around. But I feel like one thing that just stays constant is how popular we are.
Yeah.
How is that translating to what you do?
Yeah, so sales, always supply and demand, right? So what is our inventory versus what is the supply? And I think with the interest rates changing over late summer, we did see kind of a pause, right? I call it kind of a stalemate, where sellers really don't have to sell for less, but buyers don't really want to take out a 7% mortgage, correct? So what we're seeing now, though, is that interest rates are kind of ticking down a little bit, and overall, we still don't have enough inventory to meet the demand. Now, we don't have that COVID rush of people trying to buy any house that they see.
Right.
So we do see a little bit more days on market, but overall, Manatee and Sarasota County have 3 months of inventory. Wow. That is still a seller's market. We do see it trending. We do see some more inventory, and over that $1 million mark, we see about 5 to 6 months of inventory in the 2 counties.
So I feel like if I want to sell, there are people that want to buy it. No worries there, correct?
Absolutely. And I think the trick is to prepare your home the best way possible and to have the best product in this market. Right now, with the holidays coming up, we're preparing for season. So January through Easter is when we see the most interest in our area, or the most people in our area, and that's when a lot of sellers want to list to get top dollar. So right now we are preparing our sellers, whether that's repairs or staging or painting, to get on the market and to get top dollar.
And you know what, that's okay, because if you think back to last year, that was a little crazy. These bidding wars and, oh, well, there's a hole in the wall, I'll take it anyway. Like, that's not normal. What I feel like now is maybe this is a little more normal, where you help us learn as sellers how to make a home look the most presentable.
Absolutely. And historically, we have a seasonal market. So that August, September, even into October, we see less transactions, we see less sales happening. So that's very normal. So what I see is that we're kind of normalizing the market. We're kind of going back 2 years, and 2 years ago, interest rates were, 5%. So we're kind of, you know, seeing that pre-COVID normalcy, I guess you could say, right? So the other thing that I want to point out is, previously to COVID, in 9 years that I've been in real estate, everyone said, when's the best time to list? Because we did have that natural seasonality.
Sure.
And I think that in the last 2 years, I was saying it doesn't matter.
Right.
Let's just get on the market.
But now it's more normal.
We have to kind of see the trends, see what's going on. People are, you know, kids are going back to school. People are going back to work. And so that does play a role. Okay, so the answer, at least in our area, is when is the best time to list? Oh, we are heading into it. So help us get ready. You brought some awesome photos to kind of remind everybody the house we live in and day out is not necessarily the best real estate house. What are we seeing Absolutely.
here?
So the picture on the left obviously is the before. Now, this was a seller who was out of state. They actually were in Hawaii. We changed out the light fixtures, we did some drywall repair, and we even did some landscaping, just zhuzhing up, right? And this was at no cost to the seller until closing. So we actually paid for this up front.
Well, that's a great idea, actually, because obviously you want this home to sell. I like the clean lines.
Yep.
So as I'm walking in, I'm sure your home is well lived in. Gosh knows mine is. But I want to see the beauty of the clean lines when I come in. So you're just, those little changes you made make a huge difference.
Well, and clutter is one thing. I mean, that's kind of every house, right?
Sure.
But this particular house, we completely painted the ceiling, all of the walls.
That's why it looks so open.
Correct. So, you know, we do a little bit more than just kind of organizing. And it looks like all we did was kind of clean, but there were some fundamental changes as far as light fixtures and things like that throughout the home.
Yep, and you darkened and actually modernized the fan and things like that. Okay, so you're telling me that this is something that you, as the real estate agent and company, were able to do for them.
Correct.
And then that just came back at closing.
Correct. So Compass has a program called Compass Concierge, and that is where sellers can use their equity to do these repairs. But if it is a certain dollar amount, up to a certain dollar amount, Luxury Coastal Living Group will front that money and just get paid back at closing.
I love that for so many reasons, because number one, all of us are short on cash when we're buying and selling homes. I mean, it's just stressful, but also it behooves you to do this because obviously the home is going to sell better, which helps you, it helps me, and it keeps me unstressed about the cash.
Yeah, and more importantly, a lot of our buyers, this one I just showed, or sellers, excuse me, he was in an assisted living facility, and I'm working with his daughter who's in Hawaii. So it is in their best interest if I just kind of take a hold of this and get it completed, and then we can worry about the finances at the end. That's wonderful. Which they don't really necessarily have a lot of when they're in that season of life.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's great that you come in and help your sellers like that to, certainly make their property so much more marketable. And it's just nice that both Compass and Luxury Coastal Living make it that much easier. Yeah. So, all right, good. Good to know that is an option. Selling season right around the corner. So for more information about buying or selling homes right here on the Suncoast, you can find Alexis by going to luxurycoastallivingfl.com. We'll be right back.